Welcome, Oceansiders. It's me, Tracy, and Brandy. We're here today at the oldest city in the United States. So, also the most haunted. But we're here at the old jail. We're going to go do a old jail tour. So now, this old jail was built back in 1871 by Henry Flagler. Basically, after he built the hotel that is near here, he wanted a place to where he could take some of the subjects that weren't so nice to people. So he ended up building this jail back in 1871. It served St. Augustine as one of the oldest jails here up to 1953. So for 62 years, it was actually a jail here. But now, in 1954, it became a national attraction. So we're going to go check this out.
We got tours
See
behind
you
us.
back. See you at the, what?
We got people doing a tour behind you.
See you at the jail. They also have shuttles and trolleys that do take you to other exhibits, like Ripley's Believe It or Not. They have a tea, the Spice and Tea Exchange over here. They have spices, teas, and salts.
This is cool.
And then they have a Gator Bob's Trading Post History Museum. They have gifts, ice cream, gator heads, and cold drinks. Pretty stinking cool.
A fancy game room.
And a fancy game room.
That's what it says.
But if you notice here, we have St. Augustine History Museum, Old Jail Museum. That's where we're headed. And Old Town Trolley Tours. And as I said, Gator Bob's. And here's one of those trolleys right here. And then we have this suspicious gentleman that's hiding in the bushes. Good thing we didn't. He's not real. But we'll go up here to buy ghost tours. Old jail tickets up here. But here's some Gator Bob's, and they do have, like, look at this merchandise for the old jail. Property of the old jail, St. Augustine. St. Augustine, the old jail, after dark. Oh, they actually do an after dark tour here as well, like a paranormal type thing. Pretty cool. I'm liking this already. It's the Gator Bob's Worm Farm. Good for scaring women with. Did you see this? Good for scaring women with.
Oh, no.
Good for fishing, good for composting, great for organic farming. Start your own worm farm today. So you can get one of these bags, pay 25 cents, and get you some good old wiggly worms out of right here at Gator Bob's. So we're here at Gator Bob's, they do have a lot of items here, and we're looking things for the grandson here as well. But this is pretty funny. We're at the old time jail, and it says, "Did my time out, old jail." Too stinking cool for Sammy, our little grandson. Oh, and a little dinosaur. So
Bubbles.
They don't watch our videos, so they're probably not going to see this, so they won't know what we're sending them.
Little bubbles. Yeah.
Oh, it's a little bubble thing.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. And they also do have some, like, little alligator heads. Check out the array of crocodile heads they have here. Wow. That is crazy insane. And even larger ones they have up top as well. Gator heads. I would just buy them all just so I could set them up at the house, just like this, with the gator heads hanging out. Wow. Babe, I'm just gonna buy all these gator heads so we can set them up at the house that look just like this.
No.
When people come in the house. What?
Those are a great price too, under $5. Those little, which we have tons of these.
Oh, the little signs?
We have so many. We don't have others.
Getting freaky at the tiki? Is that the one you were looking at?
It's cute though.
Beach house, no shoes required. Let's be mermaids. Wow. And then they also have like the ships in a bottle here you could get for, for on vacation. You want a souvenir. And look above the counter over there, straight ahead. They have like a giant gator where you go and purchase all your items there. Yeah, it's pretty cool. At Gator Bob's. Ice cream, drinks, snacks, and food. Come on down. Get you some.
Let's go pay for this.
All right, we're gonna go pay for this.
I'm already worried about this whole family, but I'll sidetrack it for now. I'll go with you, sir. What year do you think it is?
Current year?
Current,
Oh, 2023.
yeah. Is he always like this? Sir, it's 1908. Yeah, did you hit your head on the way here or something? I'm getting worried about you. We might need to check. Oh, my goodness. Okay. Deputies, stay on him, okay? I'm a little frightened. I'm a little freaked out.
Babe.
All right, well, I know one
No
person's
cussing, no
crazy.
spitting.
Let's see if your whole group is uneducated, too. Anyone know who Henry Flagler is, huh?
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, you can't leave this down for 2 seconds. Shove his name down your throat, yeah. For those who don't know, though, he's the second richest man in the world right now. I mean, he's the guy who built that railroad you came down on. He's the guy who built that Ponce de Leon hotel you can't afford to stay at. He's the guy who built that hospital that you can't afford to stay at. And he's the guy who built this jail right here, yeah? Built it nice and tall, made it pink, made it pretty, made it look just like a hotel on the outside. You can't really say the same about the inside, but you don't need me to tell you that. You're about to see it for yourself, right?
Yes.
Without further ado, let's get going. We got a lot to see, a lot to do. We got all the time in the world to do it.
See you in 5 years.
He's right here.
Bye. This right here, folks, is our sheriff. Joe Perry is the judge, the jury, and the executioner is St. John's County. He's also the scariest guy you ever meet. Joe is a whopping 6'6". He's also 350 pounds. I pick half you guys up if you want to do it, no doubt. If Joe tells you to do something, listen to Joe. Otherwise, you might end up where we're going now. This over here, folks, is our attitude. Just now these right here, one of the classic punishments at the jail. Yeah, yes, these are the stocks. Yeah, very simple punishment. You put your arms and head through here, and then people chuck tomatoes at your face all day. Yeah, very entertaining for them, obviously. Now, right over here, we got one of our weirder punishments. We call this the bird cage. And
The
see,
bird
we got a
cage.
jailbird right there. You, man, yeah, with the pants. Come over here, come over
No,
here. There you go.
no.
Fly on into the cage. Wonderful, wonderful. Hey, can I get a caca? Oh, she's a natural. All right. Now, you're not afraid of heights, are you, ma'am?
I am.
Oh, I don't think she's gonna like this punishment very much. You see how this works? We're gonna get a rope to the top of her cage. Tie that rope to that tree over there, and then the jailbird inside will be flying for about 1 to 3 days. Yeah, and that's flying with no food, water, or bathroom. Needless to say, it does rain around here quite often. Yeah, not always the clear kind either.
Brandy got stuck in the old
I
jail.
don't want to deal with getting rained on, man. So I will let you. Thank you. Of course. Fly free, Joker. Fly free. All right, the rest of us, we're going to keep
You were the guinea pig.
Now on our left-hand side over here is the front of the jail. The entire left wing of the jail is all
Photo
for the
opportunities over
The
there.
bottom floor is his parlor and office. Top floor is his bedroom. Very nice for him. Yeah, a whole section of the jail. All part of that piece of that guy. Now you're going to notice that this half the jail and that half the jail are roughly the same size. Yet one side fits 5 people, the other side fits 150. And which side do you think you'll all be staying on? Yeah? Yeah, very good. Did I catch tuberculosis or something? What happened? I'm so far away.
And the ever popular stroller parking at the jail cell.
All right. Well, welcome to my favorite hangout spot. The gallows, yeah. Yeah, hangings are a very important part of our culture, I will say that. You know, hangings are kind of like the circus. You see one in the paper, everyone gets excited, yeah. The average price of a ticket is about $2 to $5 per person. Although we do have child discounts, if you're worried about that. We'll do half off of the ticket price. Now, over the years, this jail has seen a total of 8 hangings. 8 documented ones, at least, I should say, yeah. The most recent 2 hangings we have here are what's called botched hangings. Something went seriously wrong with them, yeah? I can't say much for Sim Jackson, but I can talk about Charles Powell. After all, I was there! It was only 8 months ago. I saw the whole thing. Charles Powell, self-proclaimed innocent man. You see, what had happened was a man started to spread nasty rumors about his wife around town, so he decided to stop those rumors at the source. Yeah, very justified, right, guys? Right? Nod your head. She's right. Yeah. Now, of course, the law didn't think it was justified. Sentenced him to death row. Day the hanging comes around, Charlie Powell doesn't feel like being hung. So what does he do? Well, he plays dead. Yeah, now you would think, what's the big deal? Pick the guy up and hang him. Who cares? But here's the thing. Florida state law says that a man needs to walk to his own gallows. Okay, well, what are we going to do? Joe Perry says, I tell you what we're going to do. Joe Perry grabs a plank of wood, slides it under Charlie Powell, and then ties the man to it. Then he picks him up and starts walking him out himself, yeah? Walks him all the way to the ladder, climbs up the ladder, puts Charlie Powell straight on the gallows, and would you look at that? It's a miracle. Charlie's standing. Standing as stiff as a board, but, you know, technically standing. That's all that really matters. So they put the noose around his neck, drop him right through, and that's when the trouble begins. You see, Joe Perry may have accidentally forgotten to take the plank of wood off Charlie when he hung him, which added another 10 pounds onto Charlie's weight, which wasn't calculated in when they were running the calculations. That extra weight was far too much for the tiny little noose to handle. When Charlie dropped through, the rope snapped in half, dropping Charlie straight onto the ground right here, head first. And the crowd was horrified, mostly because they paid all that money and they got a 2-second hanging out of it. What a bum deal, yeah? Alright, well, now that I'm thinking about it, I do kind of remember Sim Jackson, but you know what? We have a picture of it once we get inside, so
Wow.
how about we put a pin in that story for now, yeah? For now, I'd say it's about time we start going inside. This door is going to take us directly into the women's cell block. So, ladies, yeah, get excited. You're about to see your bedroom. So fun.
Wow.
Pretty cool.
1891 to 1953.
I know.
So there are 8 hangings there? You said 8 hangings?
Oh, I would never. These are the women's cells, sir. There you go. What are you doing? You're playing hooky with me. There you go. All right, wonderful. Come on in. And close that door behind your stripes. Thank you very much. Here, I selected a personal cell for you. Come on in. There you go. Yeah, the carpet will be. Wonderful. Step up on in. There you go. Wonderful. Now, I will say, for a woman to even get in jail in 1908, very difficult. Typically, if a woman did a crime in this era, we'd just put her on house arrest. Figure that your husband and kids were enough of a punishment, right? Yeah, this was for serious crimes. Stuff like showing off your ankles, or showing off your shoulders, showing off your kneecaps too. That's considered public indecency for a woman of this time. Plus, I see some of you ladies are wearing pants. Oh, I didn't know cross-dressing was in vogue too. Oh my goodness, another 3 to 5 years. There you go. Now, I know your cell is a little cramped right now. Yours not so much, ma'am, but we'll get there. Yeah. You see, each of these cells was meant to hold about 5 to 10 ladies at a time. Yeah, very awful, especially since you only have 2 beds. Guess the strongest girl gets the bed, yeah. Not that you'd want it. These are made of Spanish moss. They might be soft, but they're full of bugs, yeah? Bugs that'll be crawling on you while you sleep. Even worse, you see that bucket over there? It's only emptied once a week. Yeah. Try not to fill it up too quick, yeah? Now, luckily for you 4, you've got that window right there. All you gotta do is take your bucket, throw it out there, you'll be golden. Assuming the wind doesn't splash it back in your face. Yeah, then you'll really be golden. Yeah. Now, as for you, ma'am, you don't have a window. Now, how in the world are you gonna get rid of all that stuff in your bucket, huh? Well, you do have these wide open bars up here. Yeah, it might be raining on your side pretty soon. Possibly hailing if you're really unlucky. Of course, you can always take revenge, throw it right back at her. Pretty quickly, we might have a turf war on our hands. Or I guess we should call it a turd war. Now, ladies, if you get a little nasty in the great turd wars, not to worry. We do take baths here.
Smile.
About once a month. Once a month, we'll get one of the barrels outside, fill it up with soap and water, and then one by one, we'll all take a nice hot bath in the same water. Meaning that the first person may get a hot bath, but the 138th person gets more of a mud bath than anything else. And ladies, I hope and pray you get to take your mud bath before these guys do. Once they start shaving those mustaches and beards of theirs, oh my goodness, you're gonna look like a Yeti coming out of there. Oh, yeah. But of course, it could be much worse. We're gonna keep on going, folks. We got a lot more things to check out, a lot worse than here. Now this whole area is a set of miscellaneous cells. Each cell has a different purpose. I'll go over each one of them. Feel free to explore them at your own pace. Take any photos or videos, lay in the beds, take a nap, whatever you want to do, Although I would recommend you don't go into this room. This is the sick ward, yeah. Disease is like wildfire in this jail. Tuberculosis being the main killer, actually, yeah. I'm going to warn you now, we have a 99% mortality rate here. Yeah. Now, right over here, speaking of mortality, this is death row. Yeah. This is where Charlie and Sim and all those people who got hanged slept, yeah. Now, if you want to come over here and take a look inside, there's actually real engravings on the walls from previous occupants who mark the dates of their execution. Now you're going to notice as you go inside, a lot of those dates are from the 40s. No, we were not doing hangings in the 40s. No. But then we were civilized using the electric chair.
You can actually see the dates here.
And we didn't do the electric chair
1949.
in this jail, by the way. We did it at Stark, Florida.
May
About 50 miles.
20th, 1948.
They still are on the water.
I don't know what that's a Talican.
Now across from Death Row is the
There's some more dates over here. It's pretty wild.
We weren't technically supposed to keep felons at this jail. Typically, if you commit
Another
a
one,
felony
February
crime, you're shipped off to the state
19th.
penitentiary up in Tallahassee.
I don't know what that says. 29, I guess.
Military was paid extra.
Oh, special.
Crazy.
Oftentimes, you'd expect
This is Death Row, this section of the jail.
Yeah, they're real, I think. Wait, did they?
Crazy.
Well, I have saved the worst for last for you folks. Right over here. Let's say
Here's
that
a picture
you
of the
attack
gallows
a-
right here.
You attack a guard. Maybe you try to escape. Well, you have just bought yourself a one-way ticket to solitary confinement. Solitary is a pretty simple punishment. They would strip you down to your birthday suit and then chuck you in there. Yeah, and there's nothing in there. There is no bucket. There is no blanket. There is no bed. You are sleeping on the cold, hard concrete for 1 to 3 months. By the way, that's the same cold, hard concrete you'll be defecating on during that time. Yeah, most people go sick within their first month in there. And they go sick in the head a lot sooner than that, yep. Now, speaking of sick in the head, right up here, believe it or not, this is a genuine photo of one of our hangings, taken in the year 1906. This is a picture of one Sim Jackson. It's all coming back to me now. It was in the Sunday papers. How could I forget? Yeah. Sim Jackson was a very notorious criminal. You see, him and his wife never really got along all that well. One day they got in a fight while he was in the middle of shaving. Straight razor still in his hand. How do I put this in a child-friendly way? You ever seen Alice in Wonderland? You know how the queen says, off with her head? Okay, yeah, we can all infer from there. Yeah. Now, since this all happened in their own home, people didn't find out about it until a couple days later. By then, Sim had an opening to escape. The guy got away with the crime for 2 years. Fled all the way to Tampa Bay, Florida, before they managed to track him down, drag him back here. You can imagine with all the media publicity going on about this case, people were pretty excited to watch. Over 500 people showed up that day. Joe Perry, pictured right up here, even brought his son along. Look at that, father-son bonding. It's very cute. Yeah, you should try it sometime, yeah. Now, in accordance with the law, they got Sim a suit. They gave him some flowers. They even gave him a speech. We don't know most of what Sim said, but we do know his last words. Sim's last words were, and I quote, "I will see you all in heaven." Yeah, guy was deranged, don't say that much. After he said that, they dropped him through, they began the hanging. Now, I did tell you outside this was one of our 2 botched hangings, correct? Now, I don't know if this was karma, bad luck. Maybe it was God having the last laugh for what he just said. But when he dropped through that trap door, the rope slipped from his neck all the way to his chin. That left him awake for 10 minutes of the hanging. 10 awful minutes went by, and eventually he passed out. Took another 4 minutes for him to pass on. You know, the crowd? They went wild, yeah! Oh, they were having a hootenanny and a half. Best hanging they had ever seen. 5 stars on TripAdvisor. 5 stars on Yelp. Everybody's got to come see these hangings. And Joe Perry had an even better time that day. Counting all the money he made, he made like $3,000 in a single afternoon. Wow. You know, in future money, yeah, wow is right. That was about $100,000. A great day for everyone involved, I'd say. Well, almost everyone. Minus him. That guy sucked anyway, so. Now, unfortunately, most of our time in the jail is not going to be spent swapping stories like this, having fun. In fact, most of our time isn't even going to be spent in the jail. Us men spend 16-hour days on the Chang Gang. Digging ditches, building buildings, laying railroad tracks, all that kind of fun stuff. As for you ladies, well, thankfully, you don't have to leave the jail for your job, because you'll be working in the very next room. This that we're heading into now, ladies, is the kitchen! Yeah! Big surprise, I know.
It's not.
Can't believe the dates that are written on
I
it.
can't believe there's carvings in there.
That was so cool. Alright, so we're headed into the kitchen.
Homie. Well, as you're coming in, here's a little fun fact to pass the time. So in the early 1900s, it's actually commonplace to keep your stove outside your house. The things aren't insulated, so if you kept a stove in your kitchen, the kitchen would turn into a sauna. I guess we weren't thinking that through, huh? Yeah, on average, it is about 120 to 140 degrees in here. Heat stroke is pretty much inevitable for the women of our jail. Very unfortunate. But enough talk about death and murder, you know? We've been talking about dying for like 10 minutes. It's honestly starting to bring the mood down. Come on in all the way. It's okay, you don't need to stay over there. We're gonna talk about something more fun for a change. Let's talk food, yeah? We're in a kitchen. Food's a great topic. For breakfast, anyone here like grits? Grits. We got one person. I heard a couple. Oh, wow, 3. That is more than usual. Okay. Well, what do you like in your grits, man?
Butter.
Butter. Ooh, I like butter. Yeah, what about you, man?
Same butter.
Same butter. Ooh, cheese. Cheese is nice. Yeah. Well, unfortunately, we don't have cheese in our grits. Nor do we have butter, salt, pepper, really anything, actually. Our grits are made out of grits. All right, moving on. Yeah. Now, for lunch, we're going to have beans. And not baked beans, boiled beans. Boiled, unflavored beans. For lunch, we got beans. For dinner, we got beans. For dessert, we got
Beans.
Yep. And for drinks, we got
Bean juice. Water.
You said beans and you said bean juice. Well, congratulations. Because you're both correct, actually. Yeah. Right over there behind you. That red contraption is our coffee press.
Oh.
Coffee beans.
Coffee press.
Yeah, coffee bean juice. There you go. Otherwise known as coffee. Yeah, we did drink coffee at the jail, believe it or not. An unlimited supply. After all, the more caffeinated they keep you, the more awake you'll be. The harder you'll work. The longer you'll work. And the longer you stay alive for it, too, yeah? Very nice. But there is one downside. You see, you're drinking beans all day. You are eating beans all day. Your buckets are yay big. You can imagine the smell of this place, yeah? Did you know that we were actually called a gas-powered jail? I'll be here all year. Thank you very much. Yeah. Now, most of the men are going to be kept upstairs, up in Gen Pop. To get the food up there, we have this, the dumb waiter. The dumb waiter is a food elevator system. You pull, and the rope inside, food went up, and away to the second and third floor. And of course, if you heard those banging noises coming from upstairs, that was one of those floors asking for their food. Hope we started cooking by the time you heard that, ladies, because otherwise, solitary might just be in your future. Speaking of cooking, might as well check what's in these pots before we go on. In the big pot, looks like we got a meat and pepper stew. Yeah, come close, everyone. Take a look. Yeah, this is what Joe Perry's gonna be having for dinner. Good for him, yeah. It's got meat and everything. I'm jealous. Meanwhile, in the other pot, looks like we just got this. Whoa! A pasta! Yeah! Now, ladies, you get the pleasure of skinning this furry little critter. Yeah. We eat all sorts of animals at this jail. Possums, rats, raccoons, kitty cats, doggies. Really anything that has meat on its bones that the guys can find while they're outside working, we're willing to eat. And hey, you want to be the guy who catches these possums, because you'll be the hero of the jail. We split the meat between all the men and ladies. It's going to be so great. We're having a feast tonight. I'm very excited, yeah. Honestly, this possum talk has got me really jittery. So, you know what? Just because I like you guys, and just because of the possum, I'm going to do something that I never do for any other group. I'm going to sneak into Joe Perry's office, yeah. To get in there, we're going to need a decoy. You, sir, would make an excellent decoy. What I need you to do, go up to the door, open it up, and try not to get shot.
Sweet.
Yeah, you got this. I don't see any issue with it. Go on. You got this. There you go. You're GoProing it. It's great. Oh, really?
Go in here?
No, okay, well, that's the exit. It's the one that says office on it. It's difficult, I know. You got life insurance on it? Don't get cash it today. All right, we're good. Come on in, folks. Come on in. There we go.
Nobody, no shooting going on.
Yay! Yeah. Well, there's one shooting.
One shooting.
I can do this all day.
Oh, there they are over there.
Oh, that's just the deputy.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they're the Wax Brothers.
The Wax Brothers.
Come on in, Dr. Shot. Yeah.
Well, I didn't get shot.
This room is authentic. It is antique, and most importantly, it is expensive. Everything from the calendars on the walls to the maps, the posters, even the lights above us cost quite a lot of money. Those, by the way, are gas powered. If you didn't know, the White House didn't even have gas powered lights yet. Here's another expensive trinket over by his office desk. This right here is Joe's typewriter. It's not just any old typewriter. That's an Oliver number 9. First typewriter of its kind to ever include the pound key. Riveting stuff, I know. Yeah. Now, here's something actually pretty interesting. Any of you ever heard of the Pinkerton Detective Agency? They're pretty famous. Started working on something recently called fingerprinting. Wouldn't you know it? Joe Perry had connections with them, and because of that, he got his hands on one of the first 3 fingerprinting kits ever built in the United States. Well, ain't that a nice find? Yeah, good for him. Now, next to that, this book, as well as those 2 books, and the big book over on the parlor table, are the only 4 surviving ledgers we have in our facility. Most of our records were burned by people like Joe, trying to hide what actually happened here. They did a pretty good job, I'll say that much, yeah? And this place didn't get shut down for quite a while. Now, speaking of this other room, this is Joe's parlor. Joe is a politician, so a big part of his job was spent schmoozing up to people, showing them a good time, sharing a drink, sharing a cigar, sharing some ice. He does have an ice box in the corner of that room. Believe it or not, folks, that thing can keep ice frozen solid for a week. It's amazing. Brilliant stuff we got going on here, folks. It's black magic, honestly, yeah? But of course, it's not just technology to take a look at in this room. There's also a lot of sentimental items. For example, over in the parlor hallway over here, we got a nice big photo of Joe Perry's beautiful wife. Second wife, actually. The guy did have 3 wives over the course of his life. No divorces, just mysterious illnesses. Yeah. Now, back towards the entrance, over here above the mantle, we got another photo. This time it's of Joe Perry's family. So from right to left, that's Joe Perry's father, mother, brother, sisters, and this is Joseph Perry. 14 years old and already 6'1".
Wow.
Yeah, they grow like weeds in that family. Yeah, I don't know what they're eating, that's what I'm saying. One more piece I'd love to show with you before we move on. This right here by the entrance, folks, is Joe's telephone. Or should I say, his cell phone! It's funny, you can laugh. Yeah, the telephone is a pretty new piece of technology. There's only about 17 of them in the whole county right now. 17 phones, but 1 phone line. So when this phone rings, all 17 phones ring. And all 17 people could hear each other at the exact same time. Talk about party line, right? Well, speaking of parties, it breaks my heart to tell you folks this. Truly it does, but our party is coming to an end. Upstairs is the final room, general population. If for any reason you cannot go up those stairs, we do understand there are 18 of them, they're a little bit steep. We have an emergency exit on the left. You'd only be missing about 5 minutes of the tour, give or take. So if I do lose you along the way, I love you, I miss you, goodbye. Otherwise, in that time, we'll be going up the stairs. Please hold on to the handlebars as we go up the steps, and if you're the last one out of this room, close the door behind you. Otherwise than that, we're going to be on our way, folks. Right this way, right this way.
Yeah, you in the jail cell is going to be at the thumbnail.
Stop it.
Oh my gosh.
2 steps down, there we go. It's 2 steps down right here. Be careful here. There you go. You got it. Alright, anyone? There we go. 2 steps down right there. Wonderful, wonderful. Alright. Well, welcome to Gen Pop, everybody. Guys, welcome to my pad. Yeah, this is where we're all staying. Now, this jail was built only to hold 72 people, which is a little freaky considering that we keep about 80 to 100 men up here alone, yeah? And keep in mind there's only 48 beds between these cells, so yeah, us guys will be quite cramped, yeah? Now thankfully the guys you'll be snuggling up with at night aren't actually that bad of people. All the men kept up in Gen Pop were kept on misdemeanor crimes. And most of the times they're petty crimes at that. Stuff like loitering, gossiping, even just stealing a loaf of bread could get you 3 to 5 years in here. And 3 to 5 years might not seem like that bad of a punishment, but well, keep in mind, 1 year in here is our life expectancy. So that's typically a life sentence. If you're being freaked out by that right now, and you're thinking, okay, my only possible chance of getting out of here is escaping, well, you'd be wrong. You're not going to do that either. No one has ever or will ever escape from this jail. The place was built by the Poly Jail Company. You folks heard of them? You probably haven't, but you've definitely heard of their previous work. Alcatraz Island. Ringing any bells for you? Yeah, they're the ones who built it, yeah? And they didn't just build Alcatraz, they're still the leading manufacturers of jails even in the modern day. They know how to build a good jail. This jail lasted quite some time. The place was built in 1891. The jail didn't close, though, until 1953. About 70 years ago, it was still open, running just like this. Buckets and everything. Pretty freaky to think about, yeah. Now, personally, I don't think any of you deserve to stay here. You seem like really nice people. And between you and me, I think Joe Perry might have passed out with his eyes open again. So, before he wakes up, I'm gonna set you guys free. I'm gonna let you escape. I'm gonna pardon you, yeah? When you're ready to leave, sneak through that black door over there. It'll take you to the outside, it'll avoid any run-ins with guards. Now you're gonna notice that black box over there. It's got a couple important things. The yellow cards inside are pardon cards. They're little mementos to take home with you. We've also got pink common cards if you want to write down your thoughts and feelings of how you loved Henry Conman, loved his store. Put it in the box, you'll be glad you did. Oh, and speaking of the box, that is the bail fund. That money is split between all the inmates who, work here today. If you thought I did an especially good job, though, my pocket is also right here. It helps me eat, yeah. Otherwise than that guy's gonna be asleep for quite some time.
Hey there guys, Future Tracy here. So, in this next clip we do see, actually, some paranormal activity happening. So previously in the video you saw in the corner of the kitchen, it looked like on camera it was kind of like vibrating or pulsating or something weird, like the room's breathing or something weird. And I pointed that out with a red arrow in the previous clip. Now, soon after our tour guide let us go on the second floor of this jail to go explore on our own, just the second that I end up narrating for myself, explaining, kind of what's on the walls, what's going on, all the different little things that they have, my audio cuts out. Now you're probably saying, come on Tracy, you're just taking out the audio for effect at this point. No, not at all. Because we hear him talking throughout the video, and as soon as I start narrating, the audio cuts off. And then soon after that, we go outside of the jail, go out to the parking lot, and we give our review on, how we liked the tour and everything. The tour guide is really cool. And we're going to the restaurant right after that. Audio is completely fine. I didn't touch anything. I didn't adjust anything. Super, super weird. I don't know. You be the judge. Comment down below. What do you think happened? Do you think it was paranormal or not? We think so. Anyways, back to the film. Video.
So feel free to explore, yeah. We got tons of artifacts and infographics to check out. You can go into the cells themselves. We've also got Joe Perry's bedroom, as well as a gruesome image gallery. It does have pictures of some mid-hanging, so viewer discretion and all that kind of stuff. Otherwise than that, if you have any questions before I leave, if you have any questions, I'm not going to be leaving for a couple minutes. Otherwise than that, thank you so much for coming. Yeah.
Thank you.
It's been wonderful serving our sentences.
Thank you.
Yeah, enjoy your freedom.
Thank
There
you.
you go. There you go. Don't do
So here we are on the second level of the jail. These are mannequins to simulate, prisoners that inside the cells and how cramped it was inside the cells. It's pretty amazing how they kept that many prisoners inside the jail. And then this over here is basically how they showed how they would take the prisoners outside for punishment. Here you see them on the stockade. There you see where they would isolate them outside for like isolation. Here this guy's wearing a barrel that he'd have to wear around for humiliation plus punishment. Then also they had these bars that were chaining that they would clasp their legs together and tie them together. It's crazy. Then as we move down, you can also see some more of the cells. Here's some more of the cells, some more of the mannequins that you can see inside. Look how narrow the passageways are, though, for them to move, back and forth with all the beds in there. There's really no room for moving around. So really about all you could do is lay down in the bunk or lay on the floor at this point. Now if you look up here, there's a guy with a rat. And this was prime eating back then. So they would fry that up or try to cook him up if they could. And there's another, this is up on the second level of the second floor. And then here's some of the restraints, some of the old school restraints that they used to use, for restraining the legs and also restraining around the wrist to keep the arms restrained as well. There's Brandy there to the right. And so here's some of the guns, the older guns that they did use back in the 1800s. Some of them maybe a little bit more prior to the 1900s. But look how old these things are. And most of them are revolvers. That one is not, but most of them were revolvers that we did see. And then another ending of the second level of the second floor of this jail cell. Now we go on. There is a ton of guns used in crimes. There is some more that are on the wall here as well. But it's strange that this audio did get cut off. I just find that incredibly weird. And then some more guns. And then as we move down, here are some things that are contraband or confiscated from the prisoners. Some little shanks and knives and things that were homemade and straight razors and whatnot. So, they could utilize these to, fight in jail or actually kill people. Crazy. Here's some more used guns, guns used in crimes. And then as we move along, some more guns. As you can tell, they have a ton of them. But it's very interesting to see all those old weapons back then and how they progressed to, in today's firearms that we have today. It's crazy. And then here's kind of like hard living at the jail. They would work 13-hour days out in the field is what I'm trying to demonstrate here or point out here. And then also, you would see, I can't see what that picture is about. And then they also had for transport, this is like one of the transport vehicles that they had to transport the prisoners from place to place, from the jail cell going out to the working field, doing the 13-hour days. Now during this time, the women would stay behind and, cook in the kitchen. And then here are a list of all the sheriffs all the way back to Mr. Joseph himself, Joseph Perry, and then after his succession as sheriff, and then all the way down to the current sheriff that you'll see that I point out all the way down here at the end in the corner. You can see right there. It's now the current sheriff, Robert Hardwick. And then from there, I'm going to walk over to the sheriff, where the sheriff's quarters are. This is where the sheriff would stay. Here they are playing poker getting their drink on. And then here's where the bunk beds for the kids would be. And then also a simulation of where the sheriff or wife would sleep, directly right across the hallway from the prisoners. That is super, super creepy. Wow. All right, so we just got out of the old jail tour. It was amazing. How about our tour guide?
Love him.
Henry was his name.
Was that his name?
Yeah, inmate Henry. Make sure you come see him.
He's excellent, and I kind of want to be his best friend.
She wants to be the best friend of him.
He was awesome. He
Yeah.
was great. He was great, and I feel bad because we never carry cash, and I really like to tip him.
Yeah.
And there's not an ATM here on this property, so next time we come back, we'll have to do something nice for him because he was excellent. So go see Henry.
Yeah,
Great.
he was really good. Inmate Henry. He's one of the
He's
tour
the
guys.
best.
Yeah, he has like long curly hair, so really cool guy. But yeah, go check that out. We really enjoyed that.
It was very informative too.
Yeah, it was very informative. They did a great job. It was super creepy in there. Brandy got to get in the jail cell, which
It was creepy.
that was funny. So I got her in the jail cell. You'll see that. And then also, they had me to go check and see if the sheriff was there to see if he might shoot at me when I broke into the office or going into the office. But luckily, I didn't get shot at, so that's good. Anyways, we are starving after that. After walking around for that jail tour, so we're gonna go to our favorite restaurant ever in St. Augustine.
If we can find parking.
If we can find parking. Oh, Henry's. Oh, yes.
Harry's.
Oh, I'm sorry. No. Harry's. It's so good, and our favorite restaurant that I forgot the dang name. So.
Yeah,
But-
this is a treat for us. We never get out anymore, so yay, here we are.
Yeah, so if we're ever in St. Augustine, we always go to Harry's.
Yes.
And I'm going to get the crabfish etouffee. What are you going to get?
I don't know. I don't even know if we can get here.
She
If we
doesn't know.
can't, we have a
Crabfish
backup plan.
etouffee. Backup
not,
plan will be
Salt Life.
probably Salt Life. All right. So you guys see which one we get to, which restaurant is available. All right.
So we are at Harry's. It is an absolute madhouse. But this is the beautiful outdoors that they have. Gorgeous. There's quite a wait. All these people and then us. But it is beautiful. And their food is amazing. This will be the third time that we've eaten here. It's a great place. So we're upstairs at Harry's. Hi, Trace.
Hi.
And here's the outdoor seating. Oh, we've never been upstairs before, but it's really nice. And then you can see the river over there. It's got a beautiful view outside. If you go outside, the Matanzas River. Maybe I can show you. It's got a great view. So here we are. We are waiting for our food. And Tracy got the seafood. What is it? Seafood etouffee?
Crawfish.
Etouffee. Gross. And I got shrimp scampi. So we're excited. And then we're going to have a mile walk back to our parking, which is good because we need to walk it off.
So we do have a great view of the Matanzas River.
Yeah, I kind of
Matanzas,
showed that.
actually in Spanish means toad.
Yes.
So we did go on a ghost tour, and there were several people that have been killed out there in the Matanzas River.
Yeah, and their bodies still aren't
Some of
recovered.
their bodies are still out there.
spooky, spooky stuff. So I like it upstairs. I love this place. Harry's, St. Augustine, Florida. Holy smokes, we're gonna have to take this home. This is Tracy's, what is it?
Shrimp etouffee.
Shrimp etouffee. And oh my god, shrimp scampi. Harry's, St. Augustine, the best.
So we're inside a Christmas store. This is like directly across where we actually parked at. They got some pretty sick stuff here. Pretty cool. Here they got some, what do you call those? Nutcrackers. And tons of Santas. Still have some Halloween stuff up here. Pretty cool. Oh, there you go. Little Halloween Mickey. Wow. Oh, here we go. A little Hawaiian Christmas and Mrs. Claus and Mr. Claus. Wow. And all the decorations you could ever want. What do you think?
I gotta get one for Sam.
Sam needs a Stegosaurus.
Yes. It's like $9.
You can hang that on the tree.
Yeah.
They got a bunch of
What
stuff.
about this for your mom? In memory of your mom.
No.
You want to get an ornament for us?
Could get one of those for my dad.
What? He's not gonna put a tree out. Flamingo.
That's all we need. A flamingo on the tree.
Switched over. I used to do Hallmark, and now I do.
What about 2 humping porpoises? No, those aren't porpoises. Those are manatees.
I have a lot of birds.
I don't see the vacation stuff.
Is there some vacation stuff?
No, that's what I was looking for.
Oh, I wonder if they have that.
I don't know. Oh my God. Not the elf on a shelf. God, no.
I love that.
Oh, there you go. We should get one of these in lieu of your mom. Remember your mom used to put the elf on the shelf?
Yep. Yep, she did.
That was spooky. And she would have it up on the fireplace one time, and then
The elf on the shelf.
it was what, on the fireplace, and then where else?
She would move it.
She'd move it like each time. One time it was on my shoulder. Hey Brandy, look at these. You got some of these.
Yeah.
They're cool. St. Augustine, Florida, sitting in chairs by the beach.
I know, it's beautiful. What
You want one of those for your tree in freaking 2 months away?
I know.
I can't believe it. Wow.